A big Bo, that's my partner in crime. Random thoughts miss mine. I can never do this by my lonely. So we the duo, snatching up all the kudos. Bound to find a loophole, yeah, you know. So keep tuning in, enjoying the vibe. Forever raw, forever real. It's him, it's I. You love, yeah, you love, you love, you love this podcast. You love, yeah, you love, you love, you love this podcast. You love this podcast. You love this podcast.
We ooze a real in mentality.
Real in mentality.
How can these women resist?
How can these women resist?
It's the Pulpit Podcast, baby.
Baby.
Season 5. Episode 156.
Yeah.
What the business is.
What the
It's
business
that man with the
is.
plan, Big Kev. And that's Cuz with the buzz, Big
Yo,
Bo.
yo.
And you know we
Yeah.
got that food for your soul. For sure.
For sure.
You know we got to do a disclaimer.
Got to do it.
And we do this disclaimer really on a humbug, you know what I'm
On a
saying? Like, because, hey, we could really just be out here, hey, surprising you. Like,
Surprise.
gotcha, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you tune in,
wilding.
hey, they out there just wilding out. But
Wilding.
we
Give
try.
you a chance.
We try to give you a chance.
We
You know,
try.
like, fight back. We try to give you that. So without further
Fight
ado,
back.
the Pulpit Podcast is not a gospel
Hallelujah.
or religious podcast.
Say it again.
I said, you know, I got to do it.
Got to do
I
it.
said, the Pulpit Podcast is not a gospel or
Hallelujah.
religious podcast, but we are bringing the gospel in the form of information straight like that.
Straight like
Yeah.
that.
And y'all know, this podcast is based on the foundation of positivity,
Yo.
motivation,
Yo.
inspiration,
Yo.
and most importantly, love.
Love.
So we don't do anything without a weekly affirmation, and I got something nice for us today.
Okay.
Message.
Don't compare your progress with that of others.
Mm.
We all need our own time to travel our own distance.
Hey, we all got different marathons.
Hey,
that,
exactly.
Bo.
You might be on the 6K. I might be on the 10K. We
Yeah.
all got different
Yes, sir.
marathons.
And we
run.
need to get there at our own times. That's what,
We run a different
that's
pace.
right. That's right. As long as you get there.
As long as you get
Man.
there, baby.
That's the key. No matter when you get there, as long as you get there. So, yeah. So, okay. So, I seen a couple things over the weekend that I just kind of wanted to speak upon and touch upon or whatever that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way how we do in society. So, Bo,
Yeah.
why do you think people, and I say mostly women because this is what I've seen, hate on Travis Hunter's relationship, now marriage?
I have no idea why people and women hating on this young man's marriage.
Boy.
You know, I don't. It could be her skin tone. You know, the way she
Mm.
looked. It could be her history. Yeah, and you know, and even from an OG status, okay, here it is, young man. Now you're getting all these millions, and well, he's really been getting paid the
Yeah, he been
last
getting
couple
paid
of years,
for a
already,
minute,
couple
yeah.
of years anyway.
NIL deals.
But now it's time to like, hey, you know, sow your oats, but you don't know this man's personality and what he is and what he wants.
Say that.
This man might be a point in his life he wants to build.
Yeah.
He wants to build. He might want to build a family.
Yeah.
This is what he has aspirations for, and you just got to let him go through it.
Facts.
You got to let him go through it. These are his choices. He's being a man. He's holding something down, and to sit on top of that, he's got to be an athlete and he's got to perform or whatnot. So I mean, I'm not knocking what he do. I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah.
What's the big deal? Like we should G for a young man
Who's already,
who's like instead of like going out here get
he ain't trying to be no
mamas
gigolo. He actually trying to settle down.
You know, I hate to say it, Ant-Man, you know, writing off
Wilding
kids.
out.
Writing off kids.
Writing off kids like taxes.
Like, hey,
Writing off
here's
kids
a
like
check.
taxes.
There you go. Take care of that kid.
Yeah.
You know, having rape allegations.
Boy.
You know, this. So I G for this young man,
Mhm.
standing on what he do, even with all the negativity that's been coming to him for the past almost 6-7 months and still going through it. I G for it.
Yeah. So my thing is this. It's like, we have got to stop acting like we know what people got going on inside their households
Mm.
and inside their relationships. We don't know at that time when those videos were released and all that information came out, where they were in their relationship. They could have been rocky. They could have been on the outs. They could have an open relationship type thing. We don't know the vibe.
They could have just met.
They could have just met. Or they couldn't have been as deep as we think they are. You know what I'm saying? This is all pieced together for a narrative. You know what I'm saying? When a person puts that out there, they're going to find all the information that's definitely going to put structure to their narrative. My thing is this. It is a white woman he chose to marry. He's a black athlete. Get over it. He ain't the first, and he sure won't be the last. Nope. So women, black women in general, get over it. He's married a white woman without a prenup. This is what he feels. He's young. If he makes a mistake, he learns from it from the next time. You know what I'm saying? Man. He's the cash cow. So regardless of if she gets off on this one, he's always going to be able to make money as long as he's healthy. In this league, he's always going to have money. So the money is not a thing, you know what I'm saying? But these experiences, what we learned, we had to learn ourselves, right? It wasn't nobody to go through it for us or tell us whatever. We've made a whole bunch of dumb mistakes coming up as young individuals. So get off that man's back. Why don't we just embrace the fact, like Bo said, he's standing on business and locking stuff down when he's going into a league full of women, full of desire and temptation. Man. He's already locking something down, let people know, hey, don't even come this way. Now, if he get caught up in something, that's, hey, whatever. Yeah, that's something, But we'll judge that later. But for right now, what I see is a young man doing the right thing, grown up the right way so far. You know what I'm saying? His mindset, everybody say he's a great individual. I'm going to take that for what they say. You know what I'm saying? Tassi otherwise. And I just want y'all to get off the man's case. You know what I'm saying? If anybody, if the Travis Hunter, you listening, you got two supporters of your wedding, of your idea not to have a prenup. I don't think it's stupid. I think you did a decision that you felt that you wanted to do, and you have all the rights to do that decision. So I'm going to just leave it at that.
And if she drags you through it, it just shows more on her.
On her.
It just shows more on her.
Good people get drugged all the time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you might have this great heart and this and that.
Yeah.
And she know people watching. Mm-hmm. Like if the marriage fails, she better be.
Oh, they on Hawkeyes, bro.
Yeah, she better not have it nasty. Yeah. she better,
they on her case. They on her case heavy. You know,
if she try to get nasty,
any indiscretion and stuff like that.
Come on, this is a for real gentleman taking on a lot of shit he didn't have to take on. He rocking with you.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, just the fact we always trying to get in people's business, and we do not know the ins and outs of them people's relationship. It's like y'all was in Will and Jada's, and obviously, after that entanglement,
nigga, we didn't want to be in that relationship. They put that relationship out there for us.
But even with that though, they were in it because before they had to come on that the red carpet or whatever that little show is.
That's what I'm saying. They made a show.
People was already saying stuff prior about old boy. August Alsina, they was already coming up with their assumptions and all the stuff about it was already out there that they do their stuff in Hollywood. We got to speak to it because we're just going to have to get it out there.
They didn't have to, but they
felt like they had to. Yeah. I can't judge what people have to feel like they have to do because if you every day somebody speculate on your situation and you always every day you wake up. You in the newspaper, you on the social media site.
Man, they insulted that. They basically insulted that man, and that show don't even run no more.
Hey,
they did that to get ratings. Basically, insulted that man to get ratings, to get viewership, and that show ain't even.
I just don't care about people's relationships like that. It ain't mine.
Serious.
I mean, we speak about things because everybody has a perspective on something when it comes to being out. You know what I'm saying? Once it's our public assumption, everybody's gonna have a perspective on something. It was funny. Somebody was on Facebook talking about why can't people just leave people's ideas and thoughts alone. If you put it out there on social media, it's public consumption. So if you say, hey, I think the color red is the greatest color ever. And also somebody said, nah, man, blue standing on something, black standing on something. Nah. Hey,
you put yourself out there.
It's your page. You can put it out there if you want to. But guess what? Free will means when you put it out in public, means I can speak to it that I don't like red. You know what I'm saying?
We don't fuck with that red shit.
You know what I'm saying? Or blue or gray or whatever color it is. You know what I'm saying?
Why are you so aggressive?
Why are you so aggressive? But yeah, Shout out to Travis Hunter.
Yeah, do your thing,
do
man.
your thing, bro.
Let's see what you do in the league.
Yeah, that's what
Let's see
I'm
what
more
you do in the
excited to
league.
see, the league versus your marriage. But, that's that's the topic right now. All right, so now we got to get into something kind of, it's going to get deep. I'm just let y'all know it's going to get kind of deep. So, Drewski, we shout out Drewski, great young social media aspect, you know what I'm saying, the personality, comedian.
Yeah.
Super funny.
Yeah.
He did a skit where he dressed up as a white dude and they basically calling him a white YN, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. And it was hilarious. And I laughed at it initially.
Yeah.
Then I thought about it and I was just like, what if that white person is looking at that and like, for years, y'all have come at us when it could have been considered comedy to them doing blackface. What you think about that, Bo?
Well, where you're going with it,
I'm going.
the original blackface was made to disgrace
Correct.
a whole race.
Correct.
It wasn't made to be a sense of humor.
Correct.
Now, when black comedians got the chance to get on stage and perform, they would have different acts where they would act like white folks.
Correct.
It went cool with the white folks. It passed with the white folks. So, if now that you feel a way that black men are doing performances in whiteface, it's a whole generation of comedians you're going to have to get after
Yeah.
if you feel some type of way. Because blackface comes from something totally different than when black comedians doing whiteface. Blackface, that was
the
not,
foundation of it.
It's not comedian. It's not comedian. It's not comedy.
But we're talking about now. You could go from the history of a lot of things, but you got to talk about what's now. So let's say of a white comedian, let's make it what it is though.
Okay.
And if a white comedian in this time, age and
Right
day,
now?
came out on the stage or did a skit, you know what I'm saying, a social media skit.
Yeah.
And they were dressed up as a black dude with braids.
It's not gonna go. It's not gonna go.
It ain't gonna go over well.
It's
no
not.
matter how
It's
he's
not.
just saying funny, because it's gonna look at, oh, you think that's how we really are. You know what I'm saying? Da-da-da-da. It's the same thing. And this is my point is.
Okay.
I don't care about it either way. It's comedy, you take it, whatever. Like Bo said, you talking about the 50s and the 60s, we know that it was built off
I'm
of
going
racial.
to the 20s and 30s.
Yeah, even if you want to go back, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know about that, you know what I'm saying? But I know I've seen the 50s and 60s, them doing the minstrel shows and stuff like that. I understand that point of it, because it was definitely built off of racism, right? But we're talking now. Just like Drewski did as a funny skit, because there is a lot of white dudes that's cool in the hood, you know what I'm saying, to get that pass or whatever. And so I get the skit. But let's just say a white person, like, what is that? Tony, what's his name? He already kind of like controversial. Yeah. Let's say he says, hey, well, if it's fair game, it's fair game, right? He goes and gets on a black face and puts on braids
he's
and
not that
dreads,
stupid.
gold teeth,
He's
you know
not
what I'm
that
saying?
stupid.
All the
He's
things
not
that they
that
normally try to
stupid.
correlate with black folks.
He's not
I'm
that
just saying,
stupid. Yeah.
what if he did?
Man.
We would be up in arms about it, right? I'm just saying, keep the energy the same. I'm about consistency and energy being kept the same. If we gonna be cool with Drewski doing it and laughing at Kiki Ken, gotta be cool with Tony Hinchcliffe doing it. That's my point. Period. But I know us as a race wouldn't let that fly.
And I know Tony Hinchcliffe is not gonna fucking do
Because
that.
he knows what comes with it. But I'm saying, like, that's my point.
Yeah.
It's two different climates. Drewski know he can do this, and majority of people going to laugh and kiki.
Yeah.
Because of the racial situation like you spoke of, that's why Tony Hinchcliffe wouldn't do it. But it don't make it right. That's my point. You can't do the exact same
it don't make
thing.
it right,
Yeah.
but it's like a lot of things. Like
Just like what Dave Chappelle do. It's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? When he do the little dude to do the little sports and the dude.
oh my goodness,
It's hilarious.
The white reporter.
Yeah, so,
Oh my God,
so if a white dude wanted to be a black reporter,
Martin, Indiana Bob. I love Indiana Bob.
What's going on over
And he
here?
would crash your party.
Oh, crash your party.
Man. And rock
What he say? I'm out of control. She's out of control. This whole party's out of control. But that's what I'm saying. But hold up. That's my point. I think it's hilarious. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying if a white comedian chooses to do it and he does it in a taste where it's just humor, I don't want to hear the black folks up in arms about it.
I'm gonna say which guy got away with it. He's the only one that got away with it. Robert Downey Jr. With what's it? Tropicana.
But they was mad about him.
No,
I'm the dude to play another dude.
Hey, but that movie is hilarious.
But hold up, they speak to it though. They do speak to it because the little young dude.
He's like motherfucker.
He said, put the ship on the Bobby. He was like, you ain't black. He was like, what you mean I ain't black? He said, you never left your character. You don't go full on black. He said, you don't go full on black.
Hey, that movie is hilarious.
But what did they do? They played to exactly what I'm talking about. The black dude see him doing that was like,
it's like, motherfucker.
You ain't black, mother. It is hilarious. They played off of it, and everybody's laughing at it. But that's the truth. That's what's going to happen, and that's all I'm saying. I just thought about it. I'm just all about just how y'all women do with the black women do with black men getting with white women. But as soon as a black woman get with a white man, oh, she was tired of those black dudes treating her wrong, and she's doing good for herself. And look at her glowing. Look at her glowing. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Keep the consistency. I'm all about comedy. For example, white girls. Now, for example, the Wayans brothers made a funny movie. The white girls dress up as white women on all the things, preppy, Cali girls, you know what I'm saying? Valley girls talk like how they act. What if they did? What if two white comedians decide, hey, we're going to do black girls sisters. And we're going to do sisters in the hood. Y'all wouldn't lose y'all shit.
That shit ain't going to happen. That shit is not going to happen.
Because they know the climate, but it's the exact same thing. That's all I'm saying.
I can't speak for whites, but I think whites are more accepting of black folks trying to act white.
They are.
Than whites trying to act black.
They are. You just made my whole point. That's my point. They would laugh at it. They probably love the Drewski skit for the most part, you know what I'm saying? And they think it's hilarious because they don't think it's any ill intent. I get where we come from and what happened in the past, but you can't always make it about everybody like that. Sometimes you have to actually see the intentions of that person. Has this person never said the N-word? Has this person never did blackface outside of this skit, you know what I'm saying, with a whole bunch of white friends? It's things you got to see in their history where you basically be like, okay, nah, he ain't on that. The same thing we know, Drewski hang with a whole bunch of white dudes. Matter of fact, he hang with the top CEO of Fanatics, you know what I'm saying? He stay out with white folks.
Jack Harlow and all that?
No, not Jack Harlow. It's the dude that be having all the white parties that all the stars be in. Him. He's best friends with him, you know what I'm saying? So you know it's not a callous, hateful intention when he does this. That's the difference. You have to start judging these people on their own merits, not what their forefathers, the idiots, did, you know what I'm saying, and how they did the comedy or whatever they thought was comedic at that time, even though it's based off of racial foundation.
But you know what? But I think in this world that we live in now, I think a white person can really get away with doing some type of. I think they can get away with it. I'm not saying go and do it.
The closest thing we got to a white person getting away with almost damn near being black is Paul Wall.
I know. Paul Wall.
I'm saying, the closest thing we got with a person to being damn near white, almost white YN is what you want to call it. Now he O-N now. But that's the closest thing. Grills, a fade with a black woman.
You ain't seen white folks?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know white folks.
White folks, yeah.
But I'm just saying, those are the closest things. And that's because hip-hop will bridge that gap, though. Hip-hop bridges that gap as far as being like that in the culture and the trap and stuff like that, for real.
Hey, and white folks be wanting some raunchy black.
Oh, yeah, he want the trap. He want the trap.
He be liking them, like, ooh.
He want the trap from the trap.
On them. Ooh, you look like, I'm like, God.
But yeah, I'm just saying, hey, I'm all, don't get my words misconstrued. I am all for everything, but make sure it's on a plate for everybody. Can't just pick and choose when this type of behavior is okay just because it's our color, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. hey, we gonna be funny and laughing and kikiing with Drewski, Dave Chappelle, and all those who did it. You gotta laugh with the other ones who choose to do it as well, as long as it don't come from a racist or evil intention.
We'll see how it works out.
They probably won't. It's gonna be
it's
going. You gonna do more time explaining yourself not to be a racist than you know what I'm saying, and it ain't worth it. It's more trouble than it is the upside of it. To have a funny skit and get views and follows and clicks ain't worth what you gonna get that comes with it. I will leave it alone. Leave it alone. Okay. Now, this is funny. Shout out to my mama. This topic comes from my mama. We sitting over there chilling, and I just thought about it, you know, we was watching old shows, right? And just how things just don't add up. Bo, what movie or show you seen has just some unbelievable stuff? And it could be just like stuff in the movie that just don't make sense, that would never happen, that's totally unrealistic that you could speak of.
Every movie, that's what you got.
Not every movie, because some movies is real to what's called, especially if it's a biography or something like that. But
man,
I'm talking about you got to embellish to sell a movie, but I'm talking about like totally, like, come on, dog, really?
Man. Goddamn. Every movie, man. It's just.
Well, speak on a movie, nigga.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, that's what we go to the movies for.
No, I don't. I don't speak for me.
Okay, speaking for me, I do not go to a movie to see actual. I don't go for like. I felt like I was in the front room of my grandmother's house.
I don't know what you are right there.
I go to movies. I go to movies to see stuff that I ain't seen before. I ain't been like unreal. Hey, that car ain't gonna flip like that, but goddamn it did flip like that.
Perfect example. I'm gonna show you why I know for a fact that to me that's ridiculous. Like Fast and Furious. Perfect example. Yeah. Love the series. When Tyrese and Ludacris went to the moon, in that old school car, I'm done.
That's what you go to the movies for, man.
I didn't go to the movie to see no old Chevy. You attorney. So you niggas is all of a sudden NASA scholars and can make an old school car go to the moon without any mishaps. Perfect mission.
You didn't have a problem going to see Back to the Future?
Yeah, I did.
Also, when you was a child, you was like, "Oh,
I'm a child though." That's one thing
you wasn't ready to go back in time.
You just said I'm a child. I wouldn't have that thought process as an adult. Have I watched Back to the Future ever again? No, because it's stupid. That's what I'm saying. Like when I'm speaking about as an adult. Now your thought process
as an adult.
Well, since he ain't got one, I got one. Since he ain't gonna follow the rules, I got one. Perfect example. You go to the movies if it's a fantasy or something like that, but with reality type movies, I expect to see reality type situations, right? So I'm gonna give y'all one. Old school movie. Last Dragon, right? Y'all know, for one, I ain't talking about the globe because we already know that's already far-fetched in its own right. Hilarious. But if you got, especially in the 70s and the 80s, you got a group of niggas in camouflage kung fu outfits terrorizing the whole strip. I'm talking about the movie theater, the pizza parlor that his daddy owned, anything they can, they just tearing up shit. Not a cop nowhere in sight. Now you know for a fact.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
This is a gang of dudes, and they very noticeable. They hop out of a camouflage van. There would be so much surveillance to stop them. There would be signs up there wanted. These dudes is terrorizing stuff. They're a gang.
I want to know what was their occupation. Like,
right.
How did they get money for that van? How did y'all get money for them outfits?
Now we going deep. Now we're going deep. Now we're taking that dive. Like your occupation, or maybe you guys in the trap. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you guys sold drugs in the day.
They was just doing kung fu all day.
They was teaching classes. Were they teaching classes? They was giving classes to the masses. Feel me? But I'm just saying, I don't know if it's a Virgo thing, but I'm very thought processing that magnitude to where I think like that. I'll be watching a movie and I'll be like, oh, this ain't real. I ain't watching this shit no more.
That's why we watch the movies.
Nah, I want real stuff. I want as real as possible Stick to the vest. I get some things will be in, but for example, when I'm watching Fast and Furious, the first couple of them, right? The car scenes. We know for a fact you in a car most times at that speed probably gonna have an accident more times than not. Okay, cool. That's for the sake of the movie, right? But when I seen that, I'm telling you, I stopped. It was two things that made me stop watching Fast and Furious, and I ain't watched it since. Was when they was on the highway and they had that big old, they was trying to steal that big old money trailer, and it's swinging from side to side on this truck. And it's this highway sitting on top of a cliff in a mountain. No car goes off the cliff of the mountain, and this thing is just swinging from come on, bro. Y'all got a driver like that. That's ridiculous.
I will tell you something that pisses me off as far as movies. I'm a Star Wars fan, and I hate that last bullshit Return of Skywalker. They got these motherfucking humans running on a spaceship in the air. They in the fucking clouds and they running across a spaceship.
So far,
it'd be different if they were Jedis. If they were Jedis,
I thought you like fantasy. I thought you wanted to go to the movie to see them run in the sky.
I do, but everybody running a goddamn spaceship. That ain't possible. Get the fuck out of here, Star Wars.
And that's my point. But if you take his word, I go to the movie to see people run on clouds. This is what we live for. That's what Bo just said. Now he's mad because they running on clouds.
Nah, they ran on that movie. That was just a horrible movie, period.
Boom.
And that sealed the deal.
That's my point.
That sealed the deal. Like, God damn it, you can't run on a...
If it was a good movie,
I would have been like, all right, everybody can run on a spaceship.
Every movie, to your point, has embellishment, right? But some people supersede that embellishment to the word, boy, you like, get for real. Get for real. But y'all let us know what movie y'all seen and just be like, nah, that ain't real, dog. They ain't keeping it real. All right, so we finally got a big, bold stars. We got a couple of them, actually. Them. Like, you go ahead and do the one. I know I'm probably remind you on the other one, but go ahead and do the one you was talking about.
No, I mean, it only came about because I've been bumping Leon Thomas.
Okay.
And
shout out to Leon Thomas.
He has a song, Not Fair. And
like that.
Basically talking about how women will use sex to kill an argument. Like it might be something going on, it's an argument, and basically just use sex to shut us up.
Boy.
And so I just was like, I just thinking about it after listening to the song. I love the song. The song was dope. The hook is hard as hell. But yeah, no, that does happen a lot. In my younger days, I fell for it.
In my younger days, I used to sport a shine.
Yeah, I fell for it. Me now,
seasoned, a little bit more seasoned.
If I argue with you, I'm not fucking you.
Why did you do that in that sultry voice, though?
I'm just saying. I'm just.
But in the same breath.
Now. I'm just saying. Just now. But back in my younger days, I play into the game.
Yeah, but I think that's more the onus on the man. You gotta know that a lot of these women out here didn't get those emotional intelligence tools to converse, to be transparent. They like that. For example, a lot of women expect you to be married. Not all, but a lot of women expect you to be married. I just want him to know that I was emotional today, that I wasn't having a good day, that at work, the girl done this to me and now I'm on edge. So when I call him, he's just supposed to know. And I don't have to use my words. Oh, and when I'm mad at him and I called him this and I accused him of everything possible, I'm just going to spread my legs and everything is forgotten. You got the right one, because with me, I'm going to be like, I need some resolution. Hey, Alexa, cue Aaliyah. We need a resolution. Don't nothing move without no resolution with me, because I think when you don't resolve anything, the problem's going to fester and it's just going to make it to an anthill to a mountain, basically. So, I'm a man. I probably would be susceptible to the sex, but I also have the mental intelligence to be like, after I'm done, I'm still mad. You know what I'm saying? I still want to know why you did what you did and speak to it. And we need to be transparent about why it happened so it don't keep on happening, because if it keeps on happening, I'm going to get to stepping like Martin said. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the thing. But men do it too.
Men do it too.
You know, men want to be bad. Hey, matter of fact, the culprit of this was on the big screen was Tyrese in Baby Boy. Man drove her whole car around selling dresses out of his car to women, having sex with them. And as soon as she's like, I'm tired of you, Jody. I'm tired of you doing me like this, Jody. Put it on her. She forgot everything. She forgot everything. Man, why you make me do you like this? He turned it on her. That it was so bad, he turned it on her. So I'm not gonna just say women. Men do it too. But I'm gonna say on y'all end, women, y'all gotta be smart enough to see them okie dokes coming just like men do it. Because the opposite sex is gonna try you. They gonna try you. For real, for real.
Like, you ain't getting nothing from around here.
Yeah.
If you make me angry,
now you might get some, but it ain't going to be the mission that you were on. Like you're not going to achieve the mission that you were on to just have the anger or whatever the situation we had
20
resolved.
years ago, 28, yeah. Nah. OG, nah.
And Bo, you was also talking about what was you saying about there was the Friends thing. You remember?
The Friends thing.
Yeah, what was I'm trying to think. Was Forgiven?
Forgiving Friends? And
yeah, I think you was talking about you was talking about a little situation, you know what I'm saying, had over what you call it. And you was talking about Forgiving Friends, I think it was. Or Energy, like, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. I can't remember exactly. You don't remember?
Yeah, hey.
Then we won't get on it.
I can't remember because, like, we be having multiple podcasts.
Oh yeah, we had podcast before the podcast, so y'all think I got to construct it to what?
One, that one.
We'll save it till he really get the concise idea because you know it could go deep or whatever.
I can't even remember what we was talking about on that one.
So we ain't gonna hold y'all on that one. We gonna go ahead and move on. We gotta talk about sports entertainment.
Boy,
we gotta talk about he repping. Shout out to DJ J Diff with the shirts. If y'all in that town, make sure you hit him up. Make sure y'all hit him up. You know what I'm saying? He got them overhated shirts, feel me? Gotta talk about the Indiana Pacers. Our hometown, that town, is in the NBA Finals. They're going against the OKC Thunder. Shout out to them as well for making it to the finals. It's a good time for that town right now. City's on fire.
What a time to be alive.
We lit out here, you feel me? I do think, you know, it was a good game. They came and rapped hard on Saturday evening and held it down and beat the New York Knicks decisively. And I like to see what happened. And so I got into it with somebody, not really got into it, but we got into a discussion on Facebook. They was like, I don't like the way Indiana folks are acting toward these New York Knicks fans. We got to have more class. I said, sometimes you got to return energy with energy.
Hey.
Them New York Knicks fans were disrespectful as fuck.
As soon as they beat Boston, they was on one.
Bing bong.
They was on one. They came. If you're a Pacer fan, they came at you.
Man.
So we had to get active.
We had to get. I was waiting for us to get active. They were literally, when they won that game here, when TNT was doing the show, they were literally screaming New York and took over the whole thing. And I was thinking to myself, if the Pacers won in New York and they were doing that TNT show, they wouldn't let them people be like they're in there screaming, go Pacers, go Pacers, go.
Well, you also got to understand, well, the Knicks are a more national brand. So
I don't care.
The Knicks, Cowboys, like you're not gonna see that many Indiana fans at New York.
But I'm just saying, the New York Knicks. My point is, the New York Knicks fan wouldn't stand for it. They not gonna let you just do that. It's gonna be some tussles, some scuffles.
Yeah, you're gonna be outnumbered.
You see what happened? You see what happened to the guy who was wearing the Halliburton, minding his own business.
Yeah.
And they had him on
He
it.
became a star now.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, yeah, Halliburton looked out for him. Like, this man got abused just for being a Halliburton fan. It's different. And I just want to see Indiana. I ain't saying you got to go to that level, but just show the energy. Then in Game 7, on the Game 6, they was out there wilding out with just rights, too.
I also want to say, which is really dope, the send-off for TNT.
Oh, super dope.
I'm so glad Naptown
was the place.
The place to send off TNT, NBA. That was a great showing. And that's something I had to explain to my daughter. My daughter, she's like, you know, TNT. I was like, Kenzie, that's how I watched the NBA.
For 25 years, 30-something years, 40,
Bro, when they first started, they had them Friday night doubleheaders.
I remember.
Them Friday night doubleheaders, and then they had the inside, and it'd be Ernie, then like David Aldridge.
Nah, I mean, like,
dudes.
even before that, you talk about the Hugh B. Brown and
Yeah.
what's called the one dude, he had the afro, first white man with an afro.
Man.
Hey, I used to watch
Them
them.
Friday night doubleheaders
Uh-huh.
on TNT. That
Big Stockton and Huey Brown, matter of fact, that's what I remember.
and then they start having the weekday games. Like this is what I grew up on. I grew up on the TNT. That's my homework. It went from doing homework to talking to a girl
TNT went from the
to holding the baby,
Yeah.
holding you with a bottle, watching the game, watching TNT. Like I really grew up with TNT, NBA, and I love how Naptown send them off.
Send them off great.
It was dope.
Just shout out to that show in general, because if you remember the change, it was from NBC had the NBA, you know what I'm saying? That was like Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, those of it, yeah, you know, Marv Albert. So to go, it was like a culture change, you know what I'm saying? That was the more, I would say the more stiff NBA, you know what I'm saying? They were more just straight professional, and that's all it was. TNT gave you that culture. They had rappers. They started bringing in singers, entertainers, various other things. They started influencing various other genres based off of that. Then when
They was breaking players.
Kenny, yeah,
They was
then
breaking players basically fresh off the court.
when they got Kenny was the first one. Then they got Chuck. And then when Shaq came,
Hey,
that's when all the tomfoolery started coming. And they all brothers. They riff sometimes on each other. They be look like they ready to fight. You never know. Like the one time when Shaq was like, "You both go 1, 2, 3, go back to me."
Hey, that's
1, 2, 3.
hilarious.
Hey, that's probably like the
It
funniest
just
because
hey,
you knew Shaq was shitty.
he was shitty. Hey,
He was really ready to
and
fight.
Ernie was losing it. Ernie was losing it.
Ernie was like, "This is the most," because he was probably like, "This is the most stupidest thing to argue about on live TV." Ernie's the consummate professional, so he's like, "Come on, guys. I know I let y'all go off the chain every now and then."
Lost it on that one.
He was like, 1, 2, 3, back to me.
Hey.
You went 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Shaq was
And then,
mad.
and then Shaq saying, "You keep repeating what you said." He was going, he said, "You keep repeating what you said."
Ernie and Kenny, if y'all ever go watch this skit, Ernie and Kenny was in tears watching Shaq and Barkley go at it about 1, 2, 3, back to me. You went 1, 2, 1. No, you went 1, 2, 1. Hey, Shaq was
Live.
hot. Live. But they let it roll. And these are the memories that I always remember.
Hey, they gonna have some new ones.
But we gonna have to do it. I like what they said.
Yeah, they go, hey, we
He
going
said,
for you,
We going to ESPN and we ain't coming to F around.
man.
They said
Going
on
for the-
national TV, like, it's our
gonna be the
last
number
show.
one.
We ain't come. We trying to be the number one show, and I like to hear that
Yeah,
because you got competition.
Yeah.
because somebody, you know, ESPN, they rotate them out. You see people on
yeah,
there.
You got McAfee. You got Stephen A. Got his different programs. So
See,
like,
Stephen A. got his slot because I don't think the evening people are going to have to compete. Stephen A. has a great slot where he's the morning number one show, and then you got the one with Tony Kornheiser and
What you got just
Wilbon.
Around the Horns.
Around the Horns is in it, but
Yeah,
what's got PTI in it?
Nah, they ain't.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the number one show on ESPN, though. Completely, though.
That
Stephen A.
might.
Smith, the First Stages has the morning slot as far as the number one morning show. But the number one show, but Shaq said they coming for the spot. So, hey, I know a company's like, hey, Iron Shoppers Iron. We just want to be the best network. But shout out to
TNT.
Chuck, Kenny, Shaq, Ernie. Hey,
And
nice
still to the
send-off. And in
Sirs.
Naptown, you feel me?
To the Sirs.
And we still get to check them out.
I think it's a dope matchup going against OKC. People are saying some things, and they're really not giving the Pacers a chance with this. But this is what I'm gonna say. OKC has not played this Pacers team right here. They have not played this team right here. This squad right here, the synergy they got going on, they haven't played them. So let's sit and see what happens.
That's why I'm home. I mean, it's basketball. If you play basketball, you watch basketball long enough, I would say this. Everybody has their favorite. Everybody has their ideas. OKC is the favorite. Based off they're the number one team in the whole league. They had the best record the whole year. Their defense is top tier. They have the MVP of the league on their team. But like I said, it's a team game. You got to bring it in that 7 games. It's the first one to 4. and you have to bring him. Injuries happen. They change the complexity of a series.
Man.
Twisted ankles on either side, hamstrings that we've seen with Steph Curry, them going out. It can
Can
change.
you play with an injury?
Yeah, can you play with an injury
If
and
you
still be
soft.
effective? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But sometimes you can't play. Like a hamstring injury, you, I don't care how hard
hamstring,
you
yeah,
are,
yeah.
it's
You
gonna
can't, you
take
can't
you
guard
out.
nobody. You
But
can't-
let's say if it's Shea or such and such, that changes the complexity of the series. So I just want to see good basketball.
yeah, I want everybody to be healthy.
You know, I want everybody to be healthy. I want everybody to be at full strength.
Yeah.
And let's see who win.
Mhm.
I rep Naptown, but I also wouldn't be mad if OKC win because I do like them as a team. I like good basketball. I like the way they play, but definitely cheer for Naptown all day. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, we're gonna
final-
find chip. We don't win. I will be upset because I feel like this.
Well, you can't be upset. This team they're going against is not like a easy task.
No, it's not an easy task. But the thing I will say is this: the Pacers do have more experience. Yeah, they do.
This team don't. You can't. You pay as an
They got
organization.
Pascal Siakam, that's a champion. He's been.
Well, you could say they got a old boy on there on their team.
Who?
The dude that came from the Lakers. He's a 2-time champion. Okay,
which got the guard? I know you're talking
Caruso.
about Caruso. Yeah. Okay.
See what I'm saying? Just saying.
But Caruso isn't the same type of piece like a Pascal is. Caruso, I mean, he's an integral
He's a
part.
2-time champion. so
He's
been
a
through it.
champion. He's a champion.
Yeah, he was an integral part of the Lakers when they won.
He
You
is
know
a
what I'm saying?
champion.
Coming off the bench with him and Casey Caldwell Pope. Yeah.
Well,
KCP.
all right. I'm gonna give it to the coaches then. I think we have the upper hand on the coaching side.
I would say that. Rick Carlisle is definitely, but like I said before, it's not an easy task.
Yeah, it's not gonna be an easy
So
task.
if they don't complete the mission, I'm not going to be sad because the Pacers overachieved anyway. Nobody picked the Pacers to go to the finals.
Okay, I don't care about that.
But I'm saying though, you
Now we
be
here-
mad.
we here for the chip.
I'm sorry, you here for the chip, but if you don't get the chip,
gotta get
you
it.
still got to celebrate what you got. It's progress. Nobody expected the Pacers to get to the finals. Nobody. And so when you get to that point, you also have to live in that moment. This team was not expected, and you basically, what steps don't we have? What pieces don't we have that made us lose if they do lose? That's what builds a team. What do you think OKC did? When they was losing to the people they lost, they went and got 2 pieces. Like, hey, we're missing defensive players on our bench. We don't have a good defensive team. Shea by itself out here. Like, what can we do they brought in Hartenstein. They brought in Caruso. You know what I'm saying? They made moves. It's those little bit pieces that get a team over the hump. So let's see what happens. Hey, Thursday night,
Hey,
we'll get a good idea of what it is and what it ain't. I think the Pacers' key gonna have to be running. You're gonna have to run because if they let OKC guard them in the half-court offense, it's gonna be over quickly. I'm just being honest. The Pacers' strength is running, outrunning the opponents. The thing about OKC is they can run and play half-court basketball because they got that superstar over there that draws fouls on people, slows the game up, you know what I'm saying? And that's everything the Pacers don't want. So we're just going to see whose battle of attrition is going to bowl better. That's it. But go Pacers. No matter what it is, go Pacers all day long.
hey.
Anything else?
Music wise, if we're doing entertainment or we doing sports still?
We just sports and entertainment. That's all that is everything.
Well, you know, my guys Clips dropped a single.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Fire.
Malice?
Malice got them bars.
Malice does not sound like he's been gone.
No.
He sound like
He probably still been writing. He just been writing this the way.
No, I'm talking vocally. His voice, like
it might be
he's-
preserved because he hasn't been rapping.
man, he sounds good.
Oh yeah.
Voila. Hey, and then also my guy Leon Thomas, I've been talking about him. He dropped his deluxe. Check it out. Dope R&B. Dope R&B, versatile.
It's some feel good music. I from the tracks that I rolled down.
It's versatile, like the
Oh, it's definitely versatile.
The songwriting, it's not like you getting the same type.
Oh no, it's not. No, it's
every,
real feeling.
Every
I think it's
song
real
is
feeling.
like completely different from the next song.
Yeah.
But it's just.
But it sounds
grooves.
personal and close to the vest how he writes. Like you
Man.
can tell these is real life experiences that he's going through.
He tells his real life experience. it's something I like. I feel like the R&B artists that I like really are like rappers. Like Anderson .Paak, he's a rapper.
Yeah.
Leon
That was the ones I
Thomas,
like the best too. So I get what you're saying.
SZA, like she's but like when you her vocal and the way she writes, it's like that's really more like a rapper.
Yeah.
SZA and my girl Summer Walker. Yeah.
Okay.
Like they're R&B artists, but like they really kind of write and they pen like.
Hell yeah, they got nice pens.
But yeah, check out that Leon Thomas. It's real dope, man.
Yeah, that's I co-signed that project. I definitely been riding around bumping it and haven't been disappointed. So definitely a good project or whatever. I don't think you got anything else on deck. Got anything else?
Nah.
All right, it is an early Monday morning.
Man.
So we just gonna go ahead and let y'all get to your work day. If you're at your work day, have a good one. It's the start of the work week. Have a good one. Be safe. None but love and positivity. Go Pacers.